Hello, welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack Duxbury. This is the Roland RP102 and this is the Casio PX870. In this video I'm going to try highlight the differences, some of the similarities and why you might want to buy one over the other. Bit of talking, bit of playing. If you want to skip on, check out the chapter markers in the timeline below. Let's go! Spin a Rooney, yeah. That's the first piano sound out the gate on either one. Stop talking, Jack, play more sounds. On here, we can see what sounds we're going to play, and I'm going to just play you. Check, we've got loads of other videos that will be coming out. There'll be some similarities, forgive me, but let's get into this. Let's listen to the three types of piano they got. Concert, mellow, and bright. So this is a concert, and we will play... Yeah. This is mellow. And this is bright. Bit about the Casio technology. They use this AIR technology, and they do sympathetic string resonance, damper resonance. I think you can even hear the damper noise. Let's see if I can demonstrate that. This is a feature that is pretty posh, it's new to these pianos. You hear that note ring out, that's because I'm playing a C whilst also triggering this G. And those notes are kind of related, so they ring out a bit. If I do it with an F sharp, again, thing. Simplistic way of doing it. Let's talk about the actions. At the Roland we've got the PH4 action, they call it. Has this faux ivory feel. Similar idea they're going for here. They call this the Tri-Sensor 2 action. And just to communicate, if you can't come in the store, please do come in the store if you can, because these are all out to play now, and the restrictions are down in the store. On this action, what I like about it, personally, you might not like it, is it looks a bit more realistic. It looks like real ivory to me. It's got that creaminess of ivory that I think is a nice attention to detail. And they're a matte finish, but they don't have any striations in there, any texture that would try lead it towards being... I mean, there is a little bit, actually. You can see it on the white keys, but not on the black keys. On the Casio, there's a little bit of texture to the key, which I like. In terms of the way they feel, I'll try to communicate that towards you. So I'm a bit fiddly, I'm going to go on this and tell you what I think. Oh, interesting. There's a slightly deeper travel, I'd say. I would... Yeah, the thing I can feel in here is this has a feature called escapement, which is a bit redundant, I feel, because it's a feature, have a Google about it if you're really interested, but it's a feature that's on high-end grand pianos, and you can feel it. If you go halfway down on the key and give it a little wiggle, you'll feel that in there, and that does give it a nice solid thunk. So it is really 50-50 for me. I'm not a big action guy, don't care that much about it, so why am I talking about it? Let's play some other sounds in the Roland. This is the first piano sound that comes out on the Roland when you turn it on. Now, one way that they've managed to bring this in at a lower cost, interesting dilemma here is this is essentially the entry-level Roland, and this is towards the flagship end for Casio. So there, I'm going to get into those points, but one of the bits where you see it is that here, at least there's some text here, I can see what sounds I'm doing, I'm selecting. On here I can't. To do it, you hold the function and you press a key. Here's the next piano. And again. I think there's one more in there. And one of the features that I want to bring to you is how they kick out sound. So for that, I need to pull out the leads. Back over to the Casio to talk about how these keyboards kick out sound and how there's a big difference between the two. Over here, we've got 20 watts worth of power with 4 different speakers. You see this strip of speaker here? I haven't heard it, so I'm going to have a play and give you my honest appraisal. Just to talk about the Roland for a second, this has only 6 watts of power per speaker, so it's 2 times 6 watts. They're 12-inch speakers, and I'm going to tell you, what does that mean? That doesn't mean shit. So I'm going to tell you how it sounds like in the room, okay? And for that, I'm going to play something a little bit rambunctious. Christ almighty, it's loud. So really, okay. Wow. Very rich, very full. Copes with the bottom end remarkably well. Let's make sure this is, so this is a max volume. Right, it's night and day. But I understand what you're probably thinking, which is, I don't want it to be loud because my son or daughter or my husband is crap. And it's actually good that it's quiet. That's a cool thing, but if you're a bold piano player and you want a fuller, more accurate representation of what an acoustic piano might sound like, this wins hands down. One other thing it has that is pretty interesting is a headphone mode. Now, I did try that out before we started filming. There's no point trying to fake that to you. I plugged it in there and there was a marked difference between the two. I think they're doing some binaural jiggery pokery, but it definitely seemed wider and just general brightness. And it might be the sample as well. The Roland's pretty mellow, but this, in terms of sound reproduction, is, I can conclusively say, doing a better job. Swinging back to the Roland, one thing that the Roland has in its back pocket is Bluetooth connectivity. I've done many videos hooking this up, and I don't want to labour the point. Go check out their websites for it. But they both come with their own accompanying apps. So this has the Piano Partner app and this has Cordana. And they are quite different and do add value. I really have tried them and I think they're interesting. Where I think this is really cool is that it has traditional Bluetooth wireless MIDI, which opens up a lot of possibilities in terms of if this is in a studio and you want it to be a controller keyboard. I mean, the latency isn't super great, but is definitely great. I love using wireless MIDI with my iPhone, and I have GarageBand on there and I sing like an ooh in and I can play Bon Iver type stuff. But essentially the wireless connectivity of this is great, and it also means you can use it as a speaker system. So you've got dinner parties and things like that, you can just beam your songs to it and it works as a dope speaker system. So that's a win for the Roland. Just a few little bits that differentiate the two of these products. This has 128 notes of polyphony. This has 256 notes. Now, if you don't know what polyphony is, it's a small island of the note. It is how many notes it can play at once. So this can do 128 notes. You're like, oh, Jack, I'm never going to do that. Well, you might do if you've got your pedal down and you're playing. You're doing lots of pedal down, things like that. Now, I don't hear that 120 notes is fine, but if you really do a lot of intense pedal down work, this has loads of polyphony and is a win. In conclusion then, these are very similarly priced. Go check the website. Price changes with a wind and with the one utterance of a politician at the moment. So forgive us, we're not mentioning price, but go click on the links below. Come into the store. One other thing that might just swing it is this is only available in black. This comes in black, brown and white. I'm just going to show you a bit of the livery in terms of the lids on there and my gut reaction. I like seeing, even if it's laminate, I like seeing a little bit of striation on the wood. I'm not a massive fan of the matte black of Roland, but it does look more modern. They're pretty even, these things, but hopefully I've shown you the bits that set them apart from each other. Most importantly, if you like this video, please consider subscribing. And if you didn't, let us know. I can learn from the hate. I don't mind it. Just fire it at me. But I would say that the Roland wins for the fact it has this sound. So thanks for joining me.
Do